Hi, I'm Katrina, and I just want to talk about my um, experiences that I feel that have led me to believe that I have led a past life. Um, First of all, I've always been drawn to like Eastern cultures, and by Eastern I mean like um, Egypt and India. I very much have always been very intrigued by those cultures and just their whole different lifestyle. So that's the number one thing. And then the big thing for me is I won't get into too much detail, but at one point I had a near death experience, and I specifically remember having a name thrown at me by like when I was about to die, pretty much. So I had a name thrown at me, and I researched that name, and it turns out that it was an actual person. So I very much believe that I'm connected to that ancient person even these days. Um, there's a lot of mystery around this person, and there's really I really don't know too much about her. Um, but yeah, I do believe that I'm somehow connected, that it's a past life of mine. And this past life dates back all the way to Egypt, like ancient Egypt before Christ we're talking. I don't know if the pyramids were there or not, but definitely it was before Christ, and it was very very primitive because her sarcophagus is made of wood instead of like gold or whatever, like Tutankhamun's. So this ancient, I believe she was a priestess of the sun god. So that's what I believe my past life is. And yeah, like I said, I had a near death experience, and her name was mentioned to me, and that's how I learned about my past life. And like I said, I always had interest in Egypt and India growing up, so those two countries could have something to do with my past life. Um, I also have a memory before actually I was born. I remember being up in what I would call heaven, because it was a very, it was a place filled with love. Like there was literally a feeling of love there. And I remember another spirit talking to me, telling me about my personality, how it is now, and then um, basically just telling me it was time to go down to earth and be be um, and live my life on earth, basically. So I remember that like it was yesterday. Like, and I actually have memories of myself being as a baby, um, wondering why I'm so tiny and everything. Because when um, before being before my soul came into my body, um, I remember being like fully grown. And so I was wondering as a baby why my hands are so small, why why I can't speak clearly, why I have this baby language. So that's another thing that makes me think that um, the fact that I have that memory of pre-birth, pre-life, whatever you want to call it, that tells me that I definitely have a connection to the past. And then also the last one note that I want to say is that I'm European. I come from a European country. And European food I find generally pretty bland. And I have a very my taste is very towards seasoned food, like, with spices and everything. So I find that interesting that even though I have this, that even though I come from a European country, my food preferences are very much towards spicy food. Not very spicy food, but seasoned food, like seasoned with spices, like medium spicy, I would call it, you know? And yeah, I think that's another sign that I had a past life in like a Eastern country or something like that. So that's my take on signs that you had a past life, and that's my story about my past lives, I guess. Because, like I said, I remember before I was born, and I remember, and I had this near death experience, and about being called a different name. Like I said, it has an ancient Egyptian past. And yeah, so I'm always trying to learn more about my past life, but I haven't had a chance to yet. But I'm hoping I will have some kind of dreams or something that will guide me more towards my past life, because I'm very intrigued by it. But I definitely do have that memory of before I was born and being full grown up in heaven and in this place full of love and peace, and everybody is just in spirit form, and it was it's a beautiful place, and I hope to go back there one day when my time here on earth is done. So that's my story. And yeah, if this intrigues you, if you have any questions that I hopefully can answer, please leave your comments down below. Please like your video and subscribe, and I will be back when I have some more interesting stories to share. And yeah, that's everything. Okay, thank you. Bye.